Can automated sales emails really be personalized? Well, apparently, this innovation evangelist by the name of Ryan Doyle had grown tired. Listen to me, Will. He had grown tired of a trend he saw in sales technology. Every tool seemed to focus on one thing, Will: quantity. Send more emails, find more leads, and make more phone calls. If there's an SDR out there, BDR, they're going, yeah, okay, go on, Victor. Yet, the best salespeople aren't sending 1,000 emails a day. They're spending all their time researching prospects and crafting that personal message. So he set out to build his own tool that would one day rule the world. Okay, I exaggerate. He set out to build his own tool, one that would focus on quality outreach over quantity. This idea became the foundation of his custom tool. Wait for it. Here it comes. Wait for it. Here comes the name. Wait for it. The Magic Sales Bot. Yes, a program that automates building personalized emails. He used OpenAI's language generating API. Now, Will, I wanted to highlight this also. He's using GPT-3, Generative Pre-training Transformer 3, an auto-aggressive language model that uses deep learning to produce human-like text that was launched in 2020. And one of its founders is Elon Musk. So this is the new hot trend, by the way. This GPT-3 is the latest baked in on AI. But I thought it was interesting because, let me see. By the way, he has an example on the website, Will, of, you type in what you're looking for, the article you want to write, and the company you want to target, and it actually comes back with a suggestive article. And it says to make it work. And anyway, I'm going to stop here before I get into cracking the code of how you do this. What do you think so far of the Magic Sales Bot?
Victor Antonio. And I'll say this, Victor included this one in the doc this week.
I did.
This is Victor's work here. Look, it's one of those, you might be able to replace some really shitty SDRs with this, but being able to do natural language translation and pull insights and that side of things, basic insights from the internet, great. Maybe it just becomes marketing collateral, right? What you need is somebody who what you need is, for example, Victor Antonio. You need someone like you, your knowledge, expertise, insights you've learned over, clearly, because I know you're the bottom end of baby boomers, but you're a freaking baby boomer. That life experience, that's what drives emails that someone opens and goes, oh, I want to speak to that person. If you try and automate the emails that you're sending, they want to speak to a bot. They want to speak to the automating behind the email. I want to send an email and I want someone to go, I want to speak to Will Barron. I want to engage with that individual specifically. And by using a bot program to do some of this work for you, you're inherently removing some of that that interpersonability, that want to speak to the individual that sent the email. Does that make sense? Am I making sense there?
No, you're making total sense, because by the way, this is off the at the website builtin.com. And so this Ryan Doyle used this company Built-in to actually write a pitch, right? And so they looked at it and they go, it's good, but it's got one or two superlatives, like, really general stuff that you would never put. That's where you're saying the touches come in.
But more than that, Victor, if I'm doing it, sorry to interrupt you there, but if I'm doing a pitch, I want people to buy into me. People aren't going to buy into me if I'm pitching something that I've not written, that has just been thrown on a page for me. It's like a sales manager going, hey, here's our slide deck, go out and sell. If the salesperson doesn't customize that slide deck, doesn't add a layer of their own expertise, their own insights to it, it's just generic. Just email me the slide deck. I don't need the stuff that goes along with it, because there's no value there. Does that make sense? If I'm pitching a startup, the investors are going, right, has this individual who's pitching, has he exited a company? Because that's important for us VCs. Has he raised money in the past? Has he or she done X, Y, Z? And the slide deck and the information within it comes second behind all of that. Well, when you're automating the slide deck and the content, you're missing out on what's really important with all of this.
Man, by the way, again, you're going to miss this. If you're watching this on audio, you are missing this. Go to the video. I've never seen this UK individual so animated.
God, because it's so stupid. Everyone's trying to hack the process. Victor, if I email you, you either go, he's an idiot, or I want to speak to him. If I email you text that's been created by some bot, AI, whatever it is, you don't know what you want to do because you're going, well, this is interesting, but I don't know nothing about the person behind it. Just speaking in your own language. We talk about it on the show all the times. I use words that you take the piss out of me for, but it's because you're uncultured and don't understand where the words came from in the language, right? All these different elements lead to someone buying into you, and they get that gut feeling that, oh, I trust this person. I trust this individual's not going to waste my time. And when I get on a call with them, if we start looking at what outreach is doing, is looking at what messages, calls, and cadences lead to deals getting done, as opposed to what messages lead to just getting replies and open rates. A bot might be great for that, but I don't care about open rates. I care about getting deals done at the end of the funnel. And if people aren't buying into me because I'm just sending stuff that's incongruent and nothing to do with anything that I would come out with, the sales at the end of the funnel, which is what matters, it doesn't matter how many open rates, what the open rate is, because they aren't getting affected at all.
All right. First of all, I'd like to excuse Will. Walter, his dog, has had the shits probably still for quite a while. So maybe that's
I'll give the Walter update. It was his worming tablets. He had a worming tablet that morning and then had diarrhea. So that was an easy one to solve.
So yeah. So Will is fired up a little bit. But you know what? I'm going to take the other point of view because that's what we do here, right? See, you're taking the piss out of this thing. I'm just going to put the piss right back into it. So
that's not an image not an image of that happening. The audience don't want to see that either. I hope you've got some very long rubber gloves for this this metaphor, Victor.
So anyway, I saw. I can't concentrate. I saw the example. The natural language understanding piece of it actually created an email, and it wasn't as effective. They admitted it wasn't as effective. Will. And what they said is you have to add some personal touches. This is something I think, the bots are not going to be able to kind of duplicate. But what it did do, what I found interesting, is that at least gave those who are novices, let me just frame this, those who are novices a starting point for sending out an email to that client if they didn't know where to start. So to your point, if you're a novice, you don't know where to start, maybe this will help you and then make some adjustments as you go through it. If you're an expert and you understand the business, then you probably don't need this because it's not worth the hassle. But I also thought, and I added this piece also, it says, to make it work, Doyle had cracked the formula. Now, hold on, Will, before you start yelling again.
You cut me off then. That was what I was reading on the doc in front of me.
Doyle had to crack the formula behind what makes an effective sales email, but he's also wrestled with a challenging question. Personal sales emails stand out because of their human touch. Will automation ruin that? So he's with you.
No, he's not with me. No, he's saying, will automation ruin that? He's saying that his emails, automated emails, will ruin the personal touch. I'm saying they're in completely different buckets. When I email Victor Antonio, he goes, oh, it's Will Barron. I'll open that. I'll reply. When random bot generic 747 called Barry emails Victor, Victor goes, what's this crap? Even if it's the same content within the message, and you click delete.
So how about if it's a cold email? If it's a cold email
and I'm interested, I'm going to click on the person's LinkedIn profile. And if they're talking with a Jamaican accent because it gets more clicks in the email, and the AI says we'll do this, and this, but it's a white dude from Preston in the north of the UK who's the least Jamaican person I've ever seen, then I'm going to delete it because it's clearly spam.
I have no idea where to go with that one. But if I may be allowed to finish with finally to get off this topic. So Doyle recommended, he said, here are the ingredients of a personalized email, which Will totally objects to. He says, step one, there should be an observation. Step two, I'm not going to read the description. There should be a challenge. Third is the pitch. Fourth is the proof that you provide. And then you keep it simple. Again, the link will be in the show notes. Go look at the website. Look at what they did in terms of an example, and then you judge for yourself. And by the way, we're not disagreeing, Will, because I know what you're really saying in terms of you can't really let a bot do your job for you. But I think this I hate the name, by the way, it's the magic sales bot. Oh, what a horrible name. But I think there's a place for this if it's done correctly. I think there's a place for this in the process.
As soon as a bot can replace a human, the bot can just send the email, and it doesn't need to be from a human being, right? Now,
correct.
Maybe this is where this is going in the future. This might be fair to say. If a bot, and it says Barry the bot, sends me an email with tons of insights, and at the end of it says, hey, if you enjoyed this email, this is just all automated, or in less words, this is all automated. You'd probably really enjoy our service because all the insights came from our service. Then that's an effective cold email. Hey, book a call with one of our consultants. Now, that is not the same as trying to write emails for SDRs so SDRs can book meetings. And obviously this can be abused, and Google will just immediately, from every IP that these emails are coming from, they'll just go into the spam folder, or they'll go into the promotions folder. So that's an issue as well. Versus SDR emails right now are probably going into the main Gmail inbox folder. So there's issues to some of this as well, because once you get an email that works, someone's going to send it 10,000 times. It's just going to get spam blocked. But that is appropriate. That is the future, maybe. Maybe the role of SDRs is limited because SDRs have limited access. They are sending these cold emails. Maybe they can be replaced by a bot. But trying to be a human and trying to guide a human to write a message, that's a different conversation to perhaps what bots will be able to do to throw information our way quicker, faster, more insightfully than what a human possibly can.
And by the way, I hear what you're saying. One of the things I think we got to give Ryan Doe a little credit here, because he was asked to actually take it to the next level to really create this massive blaster of emails, and he just doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to create this open source software to actually do that, because of what you're saying is that it becomes totally a useless tool after that. It just becomes a massive email dump, which he doesn't want to do. But anyway, leave us your feedback. Read the article. Again, it's on builtin.com. We'll leave the link in the description. Go to thisweekinsales.com and let us know how you feel about this. And let me know. I just want to know, are you with Will on this one as far as this is a worthless piece of code? Or are you with me that the code has a place? Maybe very narrow, but it has a place in the sales process. We want to know.